And I did it again.
Buddy, welcome to the latest edition of Schmoedown Night in Canada. As usual, I am none other than your friendly neighborhood General Soda, joined once again by my man Frenchie and my man Taco. How you guys doing?
I can barely remember my name, let alone the matches this week. This is going to be interesting.
Okay, and on that note, we have a very special guest with us, none other than Suge Knight. My man, how are you doing?
What's going on, you guys? Thank you for having me on. I'm chilling, man. Excited for the new Schmoedown year. We had some great matches up to this point, so I'm excited to talk about the ones we had this week.
Yeah, and there were definitely some bangers this week. Let's just hop right into it. The very first match of the week was a Star Wars match. We had, returning from last year, we had Adam the Razor Witt going against who I would say is probably the most hyped Star Wars rookie going into the year.
I think the most hyped rookie ever. Other than Robert Parker.
Parker, yeah, I was gonna say Parker, yeah.
Okay, I would agree with that. But yes, none other than it's the Major, Thomas Harper, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the match?
What?
I was very, very entertained. I expected from Harper. I had Harper. I think everyone had Harper. What really stood out was Witt. Oddly enough. Harper did his job. I'm not quite sold on his character yet. Like, by seeing him in interviews and talking personally, he's very lively. He's very intelligent. He seemed kind of stiff a bit, so character-wise, didn't hit for me 100%, but his performance is good. Witt, that guy he knows his Star Wars, and it's another representation of this guy's record does not reflect his capacity. And at one point, I was actually rooting for him. I'm like, come on, win. Just, you deserve a fucking win. But it was an amazing match.
Yeah. Taco, what about you?
I don't think we want to get into the match yet. Should we just talk like what we thought going in?
Yeah. Your impressions of the match.
I always say the difference between the heart and the head. My head was confused because, well, it always is, but I don't know Tom. Like Thomas Harper, I've watched him in some of the the after shows and backstage and stuff, and I was really impressed by the cut of his jib, which is an old American expression. He just seemed like a smart, head on his shoulders guy, and of course, he needed the clout coming from the Dragon Con, so you just have to have that. But still, it's a rookie. You don't know. Any rookie can have ups or downs. You never know. But my heart's always for Adam Witt. Adam Witt's like one of my top 3 favorite competitors. I think he's one of the best characters on the Schmoedown. We're going to have another good one later. But I always am rooting for Witt, and it sucks that when he plays the best match that he's ever played, it's against somebody who's like this. It sucks that he wasted such a good match on somebody who's better than him. It's
not the season, but like Paul Preston and Witt always have, like, they're always so close. Amazing matches, they still lose, right? It's something about the movie guy curse.
Mm-hmm. And they both are just so likable.
What about you, Shug? What were your first impressions? What are your impressions of the match?
Oh, well, first off, I mean, I first said when they announced this match, I said, who did Adam Witt piss off? Because they put him up as a sacrificial lamb to Thomas Harper. And going to Frenchie's point about character, that's his character. Frenchie, a major in the Army is very stoic, very stern, very cold, stone-faced. They don't show emotion, and I loved it. He was all business, no bullshit, and I was down for it. I said to me from when I met and got to talk to Thomas Harper that I thought this guy was going to be competing for a title in the middle of the year, end of the year. I think this guy is going to run through the Schmoedown. And my biggest takeaway was, look, he knew how to play the game. He did some very unconventional things that I've not seen people do, and I don't understand why. He had the board. He would be thinking about something, writing it down, and then he would say the answer. And it's like, that makes a lot of sense to take your board.
I like it.
And think about what you're trying to come up with. Write it down, make sure you have the answer, and then show it, because it's the same kind of process. So I love that. I like the fact that Kaiser, he stuck up for his man. He made a challenge at the end of the match to, because he wanted his Witt to win. I like that. And like Taco said, look, Witt is probably the most lovable character in the Schmoedown, and the most unluckiest, probably other than Hoik. This guy he played his best match. He plays Molly Damon. He plays Laura Kelly. He plays maybe even a Demolanta. He might beat them with the score he threw up. And then we're going to talk about the match. Thomas Harper didn't miss a question. Didn't miss a question. That is nuts.
Yeah, and then he went to multiple choice once, didn't he?
Yep. Yeah. He went to multiple choice.
Nearly a perfect game.
It's nuts.
A perfect game.
It's nuts, but it's the basically the recipe you need to be a Star Wars champion. You miss, you're out of the contention, basically, right? So he kind of shows like I don't think would ever win a belt. Could he advance in the tournaments, given the right seeds? Yes, but he's not championship material. He's really good, but he misses, right? To beat a Demolanta, to beat a Damon, you have to be perfect as the first one that flinches, loses. And Harper shows that he's that kind of player.
For sure. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
But also going on what you just said, his game IQ, his Schmoedown IQ is ridiculous because again, he has been watching for 8 seasons. He's pretty relatively new, but he got it right away. So if he's that good right now in the way he thinks, the way he plays the game, writing on the board, using probably what he learned in law school, right? You write down, you visualize, then you say something. Imagine 2-3 seasons in, how scary good he's going to be in strategy and the way he reflects. He is going to change the game. I'm sure people start like taking notes on the way he played the game, and it was his first fucking match. So it's something special. Like the Den really, really made a good choice.
Yeah, and I agree with everything that you guys have said. Like this was easily Witt's first match, and it was hard not to root for him, even though you kind of knew Harper was going to win. And I'm with Shug. I love the character, and I also love that he's calling Kate General Kate because it reminds me of Jimmy Hart back in the old wrestling days. Honky Tonk Man used to call him the Colonel Jimmy Hart. So it's just kind of I like that little wrestling flair that they added into there.
And Dave, it's probably because you're not there. That's why it works.
Probably.
Yeah, and kind of going back to what Chris.
Don't speak too soon. It hit us like 11 minutes in last week. Like we got the intro like 11 minutes in. So don't be talking like it ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
So, sorry,
what
were you saying?
No, you're good. Going back to what Frenchie said, as far as Adam Witt in the tournament, let's not forget.
What did I say?
I'm deleting that so it never happens again today.
I don't know what happened.
So
that's what we're talking about.
Our intro video will just automatically start playing on its own randomly during the show.
And the last time we thought we were clear, it happened at 11 minutes in. But there was a time when it happened like 4 or 5. Like my first time, it was like constant.
So I've deleted it from the thing. Now we'll have to add it in after the show.
Who was talking?
I was, but going back to what Frenchie said, let's not forget that people, Adam Witt knows the game of Schmoedown, and if you put him in a tournament, and he's in the tournament for Star Wars, all he has to do is all he has to do is win one match, and you slowly snowball. Look what happened with Ace last year. Ace, there's nobody in the damn world up until maybe Demolanta that anybody thought he was winning that tournament. Everybody was like, no, he's going to lose to Covedo. He beats Covedo. Nope, he's losing to Knapsack. He beats Knapsack. He's definitely losing to Laura Kelly. He beats Laura Kelly. All right, he's losing to Demolanta. Demolanta's going to finally play Damon. He beats Demolanta. So it's a snowball effect. If Witt can get one match under his belt where he wins, he has the knowledge. We saw it. He lost to a guy that went perfect, okay? And you're right, Frenchie. You got to be perfect in this match, but we've seen players not go perfect. We've seen ugly matches in the Schmoedown that you can win, by a couple points and it be a low scoring match. So
but not in Star Wars, not in Star. If you want to advance, it's the people who are perfect that really dominate and go to the finals.
They dominate, but you have to. Yeah, but you got to win an ugly match. Look at Demolanta versus Molly Damon in that second round of the tournament. He didn't go perfect, and neither did Molly Damon, but he won an ugly looking match. Look at Molly Damon versus Adam Witt. She won an ugly looking match. Look at Ace versus Ken Nassau. It was an ugly match. You're not in Star Wars. when you're going to play Damon, you have to go perfect, or you have to be at least be perfect. When you're playing, and maybe you're not even Demolanta. I think you have to be perfect now. But other Star Wars competitors, there's very little wiggle room. But I understand what you're saying.
I think the top 4 or even 5. I think Scrimshaw, you got to be close to perfect. I think Laura Kelly, you got to be close to perfect and not perfect. Even Molly Damon, even Damon or Molly Damon. I think his point is not going to be like to run through this tournament. He didn't think he was going to be in it, and I think he said it on backstage or wherever he said it, but he stated that the next tournament, they're thinking 2 Star Wars competitors from each faction. So they're going to give their other 2 Star Wars competitors that tournament, and he's just going to hang out in this one. I think he's just your point guy. He's He's not the greatest competitor. He's one of our better characters, but he can get 1 or 2 matches in any league or any division. And that's what he is. You toss him in the tourney, he's going to get 1 or 2 matches, but he can be in all 3 tournaments. Or maybe not IG, but he's your point dude. He's not your run all the way. He's just going to train your guys. You have him on the roster as a trainer and give him a couple matches, but he's there to build up Molly Damon. He's there to build up. I can't remember their other. Is it Hoey? Their other player.
Hoey, yes.
This would be a Schmoedown North show if I wouldn't reference hockey. This is a deaf player, like a depth player, not deaf, because you wouldn't play good hockey.
Deaf player.
Hey man, if a one-eyed guy could dominate at one point in the hockey history, a deaf player probably could too. I don't know.
Greased up deaf hockey player. Love it.
But that being said, he brings depth to your faction. He's not going to bring the big points. But at one point, to be able to be, that 1 or 2 points guy, you kind of have to win at one point, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm hoping he's not the sacrificial lamb again, because again, Suge mentioned his matches. Laura Kelly, after a while, could he play Sullivan? Could he play someone?
Yeah,
he actually is the favorite in the match.
And let's not forget that he wasn't the original opponent for Harper. It was kind of a last minute thing for him. It came off as, so it was kind of an interesting situation.
I'm very. I pretty much think that nobody wanted to play Harper. I don't think anybody wanted to play Harper. Let's just be honest. There's behind the scenes stuff. We all know that things happen. I don't think anybody wanted to see Harper. They're like, no, I'm good.
Which is a statement, right?
Hey Lou, there's a comment.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Leo's. Yeah. If he loses, is his career over?
Manager.
I don't think his career is over. I think
his season's over.
No, I don't think his season's over because he can still play singles in teams.
Sorry, in relation to Star Wars.
Oh, in relation to Star Wars, probably, yeah. But as far as being out of Schmoedown, I don't think so. I think there's too much love for Adam Witt that you're going to keep him around. You could tell there's certain players when they lose, fans are like, oh man, they have a lot of love. I don't think Christian's going to get rid of that. But there are also competitors when they lose, people are happy and they're like, please get out of Schmoedown. We don't care for you.
Is it safe to say that in terms of what you just said, Shug, that Witt is kind of like the modern Makuga?
Yeah.
Win or lose, everybody loves him.
I think he's more knowledgeable than Makuga, but yeah. But the thing is, though, those players are cycling out of the Schmoedown now.
That's true.
Look at these rookies. Look at these rookies that are in the Schmoedown. In all the divisions, they're nerd. Perfect example is Peggy Givens. Peggy Givens had not a good first round, and then all of a sudden, once those nerves were gone, perfect in the second round. And Paige Ferretti had a great first round, had a great second round, and then stumbled in the third round. She's a rookie. Yeah. We're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna give you opportunities because you're a rookie. She looked great. She looked better than some of these veterans. So slowly but surely, players like Makuga are gonna cycle out. I think Witt has a lot of more knowledge than Makuga, so I don't think he's gonna cycle out. But that can very well happen because rookies are not coming in here playing around anymore. This isn't season 3 of the Schmoedown. This is season 8 where people know their stuff. They know how to play the game and they're coming in to win. They're not coming here to play around and, it's a good old time. I like that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a competitive person. You guys are hockey players. You like competition. I like when people go at each other and they play a good match of the Schmoedown. I appreciate that. So I think that's what we're going to be seeing more and more as the years go by.
Yeah, I really don't want to see people like get cycled out or whatever, because you know what, we yeah, it's fun to have all the people that are serious, but it's fun. We need to have those type of players to add the flavor as well. Just hopefully we can get the win.
Because to go off of what Shook said, yes, it is competitive, but there's also the wrestling side, the entertainment side, right? And the one thing I don't want to lose is the characters. Having like the generation of the characters was the past, and now it's just straight up competition. And let's hope to have a character, right? Because if that eventually, if it's only straight up competition, we're gonna lose a video Drew. We're gonna lose like people who are good characters and good knowledge, but not the high notch level. I don't want to see the whole league to be high notch level. It's fun, yes, but at the same time, it kind of loses the original appeal that a lot of people, got stuck on Schmoedown.
Oh yeah, for sure. I totally agree with you, Frenchie. But I think what I like, what we're going in the direction that we're going with the Schmoedown is, we're gonna get people that come in with the trivia knowledge and then focus on the character aspect and build their characters up. I like that better. Look at Adam Collins. Adam Collins came in last year, and a lot of people were complaining about him not having a character, and now he's developed a character, and people are like, okay, I get it. I'd rather you come in with knowledge and work on your character than come in as a character and then work on your knowledge, because then it doesn't seem like good competition. It just seems like, oh, I'm doing a character and I may know some trivia. Like I want the trivia knowledge, but then Christian can work with you on the character, and that can be developed, and then we see it organically grow naturally, and then you're like, oh yeah, I remember when he was this character, and now he's grown into this character. We watched it grow, and so we enjoy the journey. So I get where you're saying. Yeah, we still need to have character. Christian based this off of WWE. I'm totally down for that, but I think I want to make sure that the trivia is the most important part, and the character work is either just a slight below that or equal to that.
Yeah, and I think we what we need to do is we need to have the perfect balance of that, and I do think we are getting into that territory. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah, for sure.
I just hope we're not, because I all
right, I've been uncharacteristically quiet. I want to say something.
Yes, please.
No.
Am I good? Oh,
all right. You're good.
God, the audio is so weird right now. I was gonna say, we were kind of talking crap about Harper earlier when it comes to his character work, but I actually loved it. I think that it was his first game, and it's hard to do character work on your first one. Like, look at Paige Trevetti; she clearly had an idea going in, but you could tell she was nervous. It's weird to do character work on your first one unless you're like a trained actor. But I think Harper was saluting Kate, like they were doing this whole thing where he's calling everybody by like General, or what was it? It was amazing. Colonel Carrots. Oh my God.
Colonel Carrots. And did you guys see what Brian Ward did? So the Colonel Sanders thing, but with Ellis's head?
Yeah,
no, that's awesome.
Amazing.
That was pretty good.
But even Kate was getting into it. I thought she was super funny during her it was in between round 1 and 2, when she's like, they both open up with a salute, and he was doing something. It might not be like the best character work we've ever seen, but it's his first match. It's good for first match, and I'm excited to see what him and other rookies will develop. I mean, not one's gonna come in right away as like even Whit. I don't know if one of you guys said that earlier, but Whit didn't start off with amazing character work. So
true.
I'd love to get into the match, though. We've kind of been talking a long time before we really get into it.
Yeah, we will need to touch on it a little bit before we move on to the next one, for sure.
All right, well, let's start with round 1. Again, I remember Goldfish because I've been working too much, so I don't remember anything of the match, so I'll let someone else with better memory to go on.
Okay, the man with the notes.
Yeah. Mark brought notes. Oh, my name's Mark, by the way. So Whit missed the first question, and I believe one of the other ones. So Whit missed 2 questions, and Harper got a perfect round with the bonus, with round 1. If you guys want to know what questions he missed, I got that too.
No?
Yeah, but this is where you see, again, he's a whole little level, right? Because missing 2 questions in your first round, Any other competitor, you can still have a chance. When you're on a Damon type role, it's kind of already the end for you. He's the one thing I like though. He stuck on. He was able to follow because I was expecting missing round one, and he's gonna like f up in round two and f up in round three. We're looking at a TKO here, but even with those two misses, what I love about Witt is he doesn't get nervous. He kind of like seems not to care if he's behind or not, and just there to have fun, and that really helps him in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at Witt's a veteran, so he's not gonna get rattled by missing some questions. But I do agree with you, Frenchie. If you fall behind, you're gonna be in trouble, especially against an elite player like Thomas Harper. This is why I say I really believe Thomas Harper is gonna run through that Star Wars tournament. And his first matchup is going to be very interesting because there's a lot of hype behind Eric Whiteley, and it's going to be very interesting on how he handles that. But like you said, this is his first match, and he looked phenomenal. He looked like he's been doing this for years. Okay, and like I said, he did little things that I haven't seen other Schmoedown players do that I was like makes sense. Like, oh yeah, you're thinking of the question, write it down. I think at one point they asked him a quote and he wrote it out. And then he looked at it and he's like, oh, this is the answer. I like that. Like that's gamemanship. That's knowing that. And look, you got to give a lot of credit to the Den. You got to give a lot of credit to Kate because he looked like a veteran. And they had him ready to play Schmoedown. And that was one of my things when I previewed this match was how ready is he to play Schmoedown? We know he has the knowledge. He plays Dragon Con. But it's Schmoedown's a different beast. It's not just answering questions. It's knowing the game, knowing when to take your JTEs, knowing when to check down the multiple choice, knowing all these different things. And he knew it. And so I got to give a lot of credit to Kate and the Den for preparing him for this match.
Yeah, he really again, his game IQ is off the charts. And you got those a couple players throughout the history of Schmoedown that you can see are outside the box thinkers that change the game. One, personally, I think of is Smets, his studying, right? Because the way he studied changed the whole game. Now, the way Harper approaches the game, the way he accesses his answers and knowledge will probably change the game as well. There's only a couple players throughout the history that has done that kind of impact, and I think we can pinpoint right away Harper is definitely one of them.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I say for time wise, we're already at 23 minutes, so let's go on.
I want to bring something up that Leo in the chat did.
Yeah.
Lou, you got it?
Yeah, I don't know how my audio is coming through, but I want to bring up something Leo in the chat did. So his first question was, what was Obi-Wan's call sign during the battle over Coruscant? And he wrote Commander. And then it's funny because I think it was the last question or one of the last questions, it was what was Poe Dameron's rank, and he wrote Commander again. So both of his wrong answers were the same wrong answer, which I just thought was funny. Because the first one wasn't even what his rank was, it was what his call sign was, which was Red Leader. That's not a rank. And then the second one was actually rank, but he just guessed wrong. Mm. It's a hard question, though, for round one.
Yeah. I probably answered one question the whole match, so again, good on them to actually know anything because good lord. All right, so let's go on to the second match. Taco, let's lead in. What was the second match of the week?
Oh, second match? Okay. Oh, I thought we were doing second round. Yeah, we can do second match. We got Flickinger versus King Khan. Woo! And I was really pumped going in, rooting for Flick because I don't know, I really had a lot of hope for Flickinger, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we all did because the dude has a pretty big reputation, and this match definitely didn't live up to that reputation, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't really know him before. I saw a couple of videos here and there, and he never really I never subscribed, and it never really caught me. But I said to myself, he might know something, right? But I've been rooting for Finstock since the draft. Everyone laughed at me for it, and
I still
Frenchie, we're still laughing at you.
Yeah, never change.
Look at the standings. Look at the standings, okay?
Yeah,
everyone
Dungeon.
said,
Beginning of the year.
Am I not right? We're mistaken. Dungeon's still number one.
oh yeah, but hey, no, sorry.
We are
I'm
looking at the
sorry, I'm
standings,
sorry.
but guess what?
Are they fucking last right now? No, they're not
No,
even close to
no,
being
that's
last.
true.
And
I don't
they
think they'll
are,
be. I don't think they're going to be last. I think,
but
They're not
no
gonna be
one,
last.
no one
No.
thought they would win as much as they're winning right now. Okay, so I
I
will
did.
think for Khan, even though I did not know really who he was. No one knew even draft again. Like in the promos, like Parloff even he existed, right?
Yeah.
But I really believe in what he's doing, like his approach. So I was full on Can, and boy, did he not disappoint. He is
Yeah, he
a
did really good.
beast.
Yeah.
No personality. That's one thing.
Which I'm fine with. I'm
he's-
fine with it for him for some reason. It worked.
Neither did Collins. Collins is now working on one, but
It's true.
yeah.
But you never know. He had a smile in there, but I still feel he's kind of like the Liz Shannon Miller of the Fitzock Exchange, just there to be sweet, nice, and just answer questions. No, not much of the fluff, which is all good, but kind of odd for a Finstock Exchange because you kind of like expect a big personality. But that guy, what he lacks in character, has a big ass brain for trivia.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. And
He did really good.
Look at Flitchiger had a bad week with some things that were said on Twitter, and then he gets TKO'd.
I didn't even know about that.
It's been some really dumb stuff on Twitter. That's I don't really worry about.
And
Okay,
so
okay.
he gets TKO'd by Khan, which is like, okay, you know what? A lot of comments I saw was it looked like Flitchiger didn't even want to be here, like he was just there.
Yeah.
He wasn't in his own promo. He wasn't in the promo.
I noticed that. Yeah.
So I mean, to me, to me, look, I love the Schmoedown, and I understand we sometimes need to get people into the Schmoedown that will get us views, get us eyes on us, which I totally understand. Examples like Kevin Smith, Chris Jericho, but like Kevin Smith has committed to the Schmoedown. Eric Wiley has committed to the Schmoedown. If you're not committing to the Schmoedown, I get it, but like that's an opportunity that someone's in the FCL that would commit to the Schmoedown. Give them that spot. Like if you're not committed, just say like, hey, you know what, this isn't for me or whatever. Don't act like you don't want to be here, because then as fans, we're gonna call you out, and I'm not calling them out now. I'm not gonna do that, but but eventually, we have to see some kind of, hey, I want to be here. I actually want to play because we're investing our time into the Schmoedown, and that's what I would like in return. Hey, I'm committed just as much as you are committed to supporting us. So that's what I look for. But
it didn't feel to me like he wasn't committed. It felt like he more than gave up.
But
if you're committed, you're not going to give up. You're not going to give up.
But
You're still fight.
Snyder.
But here's the thing.
Committed and he gave up.
Snyder. Like people committed can still throw in the towel. I think he's somebody of a bygone era, and those type of players have done really good in the past. Look at like a guy who, like somebody whose Flick Pick does a lot of work with is Chris Stuckman, and Stuckman has only played one match, and it was against Snyder, and he beat Snyder. And there's a lot of those people. If you look at even the movie guys or Drew McWeeny, a lot of people who were big movie pundits on YouTube and other places, big movie reviewers like him, have came in and done good. But I do feel like it's a different era. This isn't the era of people who are one foot into the Schmoedown. It's just not. And I like that era. I loved that era. But right now, we're at the Collins era. We're at the Paul Oyamas, the no-names who are just good at trivia. And that's where we're at right now, are people who weren't famous before they came in, who are just really freaking good. And if he wanted to put in the work, I think he could be good. I don't think he knew the rules, and I'm going to call him out. I really think that he didn't know that he was going down the 1 point in round 2. He was calling off like he wasn't. Apparently, he's either bad at math or he didn't know that he was going down the 1 point. I would have never done what he did. If he doesn't know it, he keeps going down to multiple choice on round 2. I don't think he knew the rules. I really don't, and I don't want to say that.
I'm with you on that.
And also, like, to be honest, I kind of got mad during the match because, like I said, there's a difference between, like, giving up and not being prepared. He was just present. You can see. I'm all about like the the way people act physically, right? You can see he was almost defeated since the beginning, and he didn't feel like he was actually wanting to be there, like Shug I think said. But if I was honestly the dungeon and Kaiser, I would have been pissed because I don't mind if I'm a manager. I don't mind someone loses, right? If you give your all, let's say like we said before, for Brady, she really wanted it. She gave her best. She's so lost, but you can see the heart was in it. She was nervous. He didn't even look nervous. He was just like, I'm known, I'm here to help you guys, almost that type of thing. I hope it wasn't the case. Maybe that's just my impression, but it just did not click. I don't even see him in FCL because it just did not. His knowledge wasn't there. He didn't seem to understand the game and love the game or click into the game. So I think this was just a one show thing, and he's gonna probably get dropped. Sadly, because there's a lot of potential there. But that's my first impression.
Wow,
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
got it. I like it, Frenchie. I like it. I like
I'm
it.
being rough. I'm being rough, but I have to call it when I see it.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, I got it, man. Just don't shit on me like that, okay?
Bro, no. Just it depends. It depends what hockey team you take for. Else than that, you're good.
Okay. Well,
You'd be-
it's.
Let me guess, Kings fan?
Technically, no. Technically, I'm a Philadelphia Flyers fan because I was an Eric Lindros fan, but I
I
go
can
for the
respect
Kings.
that. I can respect.
But I go
that.
for the Kings because I'm in LA. So
Yeah, I can respect Flyers, especially from that era.
As long as you don't say Boston and Toronto, we're good.
no.
Go Leafs, go. But we didn't talk about. Did we really talk much about Kondo? Like,
No,
the dude came to fucking play.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's and the thing is, like Frenchie said, like Chris didn't even know he was in the draft, which was hilarious. And look at like Taco was saying, it's a new era. These guys are coming in, and women are coming in. People are coming into this league, and they're not messing around. They're students of the game. They're fans like us that watched the Schmoedown and now have picked it up. They know movies and they know how to play this game. And look, they're here to play, and that's what I enjoy the most. Is someone that is going to be competitive. Yes. Look at I'll give you a perfect example of a tweet that was sent out by Saul, and then Amaru responded to him, and then Saul tells him, "I'm going to kill you." Like they're not playing. They're not playing when it comes to this, and so I enjoy that.
Saul's
but that's Saul. Saul's a nut, okay? Saul's
and that's
nut.
putting it nicely.
Yeah, and that's
The
putting it
dude
nicely.
terrified me the one time I was on camera with him. I told him that.
And the first time I met him is the first time, like, it was right after the draft, and I was taking for Finstock, and he tried to rip the shit out of me. Didn't work because he doesn't intimidate me because I just find it funny. But man, that guy has some presence. But Saul's another whole other topic.
Yeah, but like I said, when you're coming into Schmoedown now, like Taco said, these are the players you're going to see now, and it's not these cookie cutter competitors that are just here to have fun. Like these are people that really want to win and really want to play, and they take it seriously, and I enjoy that and I appreciate that, because I'm investing time into this. You're investing time. You're sitting here on a Friday night doing a show about the Schmoedown when you could be, going out with some girl or going out to the bar drinking, or in Soda's case, watching comic books. There's a lot of other things you can be doing. But we're here talking about the Schmoedown because we love it. We enjoy it. We enjoy the characters. We enjoy the people that run it. And so that's what I think about when I saw this match.
So does anybody have an idea where King Kong came from? Is he one of us just who decided to audition? Is that what the deal is with him?
I have to go back and look.
I'm assuming.
Oh, audio lag.
Yeah, go ahead, Shug.
Oh no, I was just saying I have to go back and do some research on him because I didn't even know who he was. And to be honest with you, this week I had a lot of things. I'm going through about to finish my semester of school, so I didn't do. If you notice, I've been doing TikTok. I didn't do 2 of the matches this week because I was so busy with stuff. So I didn't do a lot of research on Khan, but I'm gonna do it now because he looks good and he looks like he knows what he's doing in this league. So I'm gonna go back and look. Like I didn't even know about even kind of side note last week with Newman. I didn't know he did podcast and he looked amazing in that match. and I didn't even know about him until someone told me. They're like, dude, this guy does like 3 podcasts on movies. He studies movies. I was like, what? I've never heard of him. And so when I looked up the information, I'm like, oh wow. And then when he did to Hoik, so somebody, like I said, some of these guys are just people that know movies, and they're like, all right, I'm a fan of the Schmoedown. I know how to play this game, and I know movies. All right, I'm gonna come in this league, and they just rip it up. So kudos to Khan, man. Kudos to Khan.
And this is like again why I'm so for Finstock is like they were missed. Like no one was talking about Khan. No one was talking about Newman. And look how good they were, right? They were the hidden gems. And I'm telling you, Newman, Khan, and whatever progression the Finstock crew is going to do, they're going to change the draft. Like this year was the first time they had such a big pool, right? But it really is going to change the way people are going to probably do interviews, or not just leave out certain people because they're not as known or they don't have Facebook, right? Because if they would have digged a bit deeper, they could have got Khan a lot sooner and not let it slip to Finstock, because there's a lot of gems there, and Finstock was smart enough to get them.
Yeah, for sure, and I'll give Finstock that he was able to go and get some people that they were unknown, and they're doing a hell of a job. They get them in points, and you're letting these guys carry your faction.
Yeah, Taco, you look like you had something you wanted to say.
I did. My internet's not failing me for once, so I kind of want to get this thought out before I freeze up again. All right, so I got a bone to pick with my favorite manager, and I kind of wanted to bring it up. So is it cool if I change the subject really quick? So, and it's not just the Kaiser thing. A lot of people do this, and it kind of bugs me. It's in the middle of the match, either in between rounds 1 and 2 or 2 and 3.
Oh. Well, okay. Well.
You can tell he's a Schmo of the North because he's having internet problems. Welcome to the club, my friend.
Hey, talk about Schmoes of the North. Hello, Rob.
Hi.
While he unfreezes.
Okay, try that again. Try that again.
Round 2 and 3.
All right. Am I good now?
Yeah, try it again real quick.
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Poor guy.
Okay.
The internet is a cruel thing, because I've been having internet problems too, and so I just changed my router because I've been having internet issues too. Because I've been noticing sometimes when I move on camera, like it freezes. I'm like, why? I have like the best internet, and my computer's hardwired in. I shouldn't be having these issues.
Yeah, I got a top-notch internet myself, so I'm happy for that. Oh, okay. One more time, Taco, from the top.
It's me.
Okay. So Taco is going to be our Dave of the night and just stand still for no reason.
I can't talk. Hey, you guys are still frozen. Oh,
all right.
You're frozen for us.
So that being said, I still want to shout out because we keep saying
I had to bring that up.
Oh, Rob,
that's great.
I love
it's so accurate.
Yeah,
it's so accurate.
There's a reason why.
Am I good? Can I talk? Is it
working?
Go ahead. Nope.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
No, he see we're frozen for him. That's what he keeps saying.
I don't think it's gonna work. I can try. Should I just leave? I feel like I'm not allowed.
No. Try it again. Come on. Okay, you're not frozen for us, so you can keep talking.
He doesn't know that.
All right, you guys are frozen for me, so I'm sure I'm not coming through.
No, you were good.
Again, he doesn't hear us, bro.
Okay, all right, then I'm gonna go. I'll just say, and hopefully it comes through. I was gonna say, if your opponent or if your player, if your player is having a bad round, you shouldn't be focusing on trash talking the other manager. And a lot of managers do that, where they come in and they say their joke and they trash talk the other guy, and they don't actually tend to their player. So if, like when Flick's not doing well and he totally needs a get your head into the game speech, Roxy's the only person who does that. He should have said, Flick, what are you not getting? Let's get your head in the game. But instead, he's going to make a crack at Finstock. A lot of managers do that. It was the bone to pick. I don't know if any of that came through, but
No, we heard we heard the whole thing.
All right, and now I can say my point I've been trying to say. We've been giving props a lot to Finstock, but a lot of props to the Barbarian because we know he did a lot of heavy lifting and the research he had to find Khan and Newman and everything. Congrats to you, bro, because your work is shining.
Yeah, totally. For sure.
All right, so before Taco's internet just bursts into flames, let's go to.
Hey, I see you guys.
Yay!
Hey!
Dude, you're pretty ugly, Frenchie.
I love you too.
You look way better when you're frozen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm glad that actually got through because that's been bugging me for a while. But
yeah, so going on to the next match, now the Godfather himself and used to be a professor, now he's just a bum. I'll straight up, I am completely disappointed with this match.
Yeah.
Why?
This was a letdown. This was I was expecting so much more intensity and like nail biting. Okay, he's back. We all know Lon is a good competitor, but something felt flat about this one personally. I don't know what it is, but it just felt flat.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is either. I have no idea what you're seeing. I did not see that.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but I was surprised that McQueen did stick with his first choice in round number 2. Did you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're doing that like vacuum sound again. Today's
we
not our night.
hear something.
How about now?
No, we're doing bad. Thanks for showing up, Shug.
Yeah.
How about now, Lou? Because I had a fan going. It's a little warm in my place.
A bit better.
Oh yeah, you're wearing a 20-pound hockey jersey. You might take that off, man.
No, I got a gimmick to live up to. I can't let Lou steal my gimmick.
And we are in Canada. It is a bit colder, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Whatever.
I run around. I run around in a
Fargo.
I would run around in a Speedo if I was in Canada.
Oh please, Shug, really? No, I don't think so. That's someone from LA talking, okay?
Yeah.
That's
No.
These guys
I would run around
on 2 degrees Celsius, okay?
I would run. What the hell? Who uses Celsius? We use Fahrenheit.
Canadians do.
Canadians. And I think everyone else
Literally
in the world
everybody
too.
else, Shug. Shug, I'm with you, but everybody else does.
Okay.
We're those guys.
So yeah, no, I'm with Taco. Like I wasn't disappointed. It's just I'm surprised that McQueenie stayed with romance.
Yeah, that's a rough category.
Totally.
We've seen it. We've seen it before that people are sticking with are sticking with categories and they're just too broad. We saw that with Liz Shannon Miller when she stuck with was it Pixar or DreamWorks?
DreamWorks.
Pixar. But was it DreamWorks?
It was one of the two. I thought it was DreamWorks.
It was one or two. And stuck with that, and it was she didn't do that good as she thought. And it's I've been saying it. You've got to be able to know. You've got to be confident that you know each category. Like I get it.
Yeah.
But it's going to cost you matches, and it obviously cost McQueenie this match. I won't say I was disappointed like Frenchie. I did say yeah, but I just don't like McQueenie's been gone, so it doesn't have that hype. And Lon Harris has just not been the same player he's been. The last couple of years.
This year,
he's looked bad. Look at he was playing against Adam Collins.
He got the yips once. He got the
He got it. He got it in final exams match against last year against
that was it.
Shazam.
This year, that was his yips. That was the one.
No.
time.
I'm talking about.
He's talking going back to last year as well.
I'm going to talk about last year. This year, it's been the Shazam match was okay. He's only had the Shazam match this year, other than the singles match. Prior to that, he had lost to Adam Collins He lost in the teams matchup, and he didn't look good. I mean, it just is the character work taken. That's why when Frenchie says he likes the character work, I do too. But this is where a situation where the character work is taking over the trivia, and you got to kind of tone it down and focus on the trivia. Because if you can't do that, then you're gonna struggle. And yes, he beat McQueenie, but McQueenie's been gone for like a year now, a year and a half. Was it really a great match? Okay, I mean,
It was fun.
I think I took McQueenie, but that was only because of his reputation. Like, I wasn't expecting much from Lon Harris, so I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed in the match. It just wasn't. It was like, man, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's funny that you say that like he's doing too much character work, because I thought he had a perfect balance last year.
I don't think so. I think the character work. I think the character work took over the trivia way too much.
I completely disagree. No, yes, when he was the professor, but when he came back as a delinquent, his character work was at a higher level than we've ever seen. He was one of the best characters. They were finding him.
He was one of the best characters, but he was missing.
And guess what? And he did really good. No, he did really good when he came back as a.
He missed a.
They went on a legendary run. What are you talking about?
Because of Oyama.
Final example.
Not because of him.
Okay.
Because of Oyama.
But you can have you don't need one good player. You need two good players. And they went on a really good run. He did really good when he first came back as a delinquent. When he was doing really good character work, he did really good. Whatever. I disagree.
Look at the toll it took on Oyama. Okay, his face said it all.
I'm not talking about last game. I'm talking about when he first came back as a delinquent. He was doing his best both work.
I'm sorry. The Schmoedown is what have you done for me lately? Okay, that's what the Schmoedown is.
You're right.
And
you're right, but I'm just saying I don't think it's the character work. I think it's just his yips. I think it's just him as a player.
But
period. I don't think it's.
He did only have one win last year in singles.
Yeah. Okay, I would agree with the yips, but literally against Oyama, against Adam Collins, he stuck with horror, and then got blown out. Why would you stick with horror, knowing that maybe you're not well in that category? He stuck with it and then got blown out and got KO'd by.
I would like to talk about round one. I don't think we did.
Okay, sure.
And all right, I agree with you, Shug. I'm not trying to argue with you. I want to move over to the round one because I want to bring up a couple things. But he did have a perfect round.
You're done. Yeah.
I call him Shug. Shug Knight.
No, you did.
You know, he was the part of NWA that beat everybody up. Yeah, it was Shug Knight. I know.
It's all good.
All right. All right. Okay, so there was a really funny joke right away at the beginning of the match. McWeenie was muted, and then right when he came back, they went, "Hey!" And then it went in. I thought it was funny. All right, that's all I wanted to say. And McWeenie missed Transcendence, which I think I only remember because the movie was just so terrible. And if you weren't paying attention to critics, which he was a critic at that time, I don't think you would have got that. I don't know if that was our question for other people, but I remember I was watching a lot of movie talk at that time, and that movie just came out with super panned. So that's why I remember Transcendence. But anyways, Lon did get a perfect first round with the bonus, though it was a super easy bonus. Limitless, that's a pretty easy bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just round one. Again,
that's all. I got to go back to being frozen now.
Lon Harris had a good round one, but that's the thing, like something about he doesn't stick right usually. So I was expecting the starting to wallow and starting to go back and lose points. But I still feel that Lon did not win this match. I feel like McQueenie made bad decisions for Lon to win.
What? He went perfect in the first round.
Yeah, but McQueenie took romance, and that bit it in the butt, right? If he would have took something higher,
that's his own fault. Okay,
but that's what I just said.
Yep, you're right.
It's not Lon showing his pure knowledge and dominating or having a tight match. It's a bad decision for McQueenie, and you would think after a while playing with Sam Levine, having a great teams run, you kind of would make the right decisions. but he doesn't seem to have evolved properly to make those decisions to get that win. Because look at his record; he's what 4-6 now.
I don't remember. I don't remember his record, but I don't think we're giving him the credit. He didn't miss a question in round 2.
Yeah, 4-6. 4-6.
He went to multiple choice twice, but that was it. He played a really good game, and we're talking like he played bad.
I didn't like. Again, we're in a new era of really having higher tier level players, and we're looking for who's the next champion, especially with a name like McQueenie. Sadly, he hasn't been the same since Sam Levine quit.
Yeah.
Right. Something.
No,
changed.
he has not.
I don't know what, but and nothing clicked back in teams. Right. So I'm not sure we're gonna get the old McQueenie back. I really want.
I think. Yeah.
I'm really rooting for. I want to see the McQueenie back. It just the car is not starting no more. The battery is starting to fade, and I don't know what else that you can do right now.
I wish that people would move more, so I didn't keep thinking I'm frozen again. But anyways, I agree. Thank you, Soda. Shug, you're like a statue down there.
I don't move. I apologize. I don't move.
This is what I want. Get a little bit of me in you. Don't do that.
No, I will boot you out if you do that again.
Yeah. Soda, let's mutiny and take over this show. All right. Anyways, no.
She's gonna be Soda talking. You'll be like.
Okay, I was gonna say something, but I forgot because I was making fun of you. What was the last thing you said, Fredgie?
Okay.
No, what was it? No, said. What was the last thing you said? All right.
I don't remember.
Okay, whatever. Should we just move on to round 3?
Yeah.
Why are we doing rounds? Since when do we go round by round, for fuck's sakes?
We haven't done that since the beginning.
I wrote notes.
But we when I'm on, we just speculate and talk shit. We don't do rounds, Taco.
All right. Well, we got to give credit where credit's due. Lon only had to answer one question in round 3, and I think he played a better match than you guys are giving him credit for. He only had to answer 2 points. He only went to multiple choice twice. He played a really good game. Yeah, and everyone's talking about how he didn't play that. He played that game. He played a really good game.
Why, Jerry?
I know you did. I'm looking specifically at the French bastard ahead above me. That guy.
Frenchie just said that he wasn't impressed by the game.
Yeah.
I was like mad about it. It was like I wasn't excited. I wasn't like, oh my god. But that doesn't. I get where you're coming from. He played the game that he was supposed to. I just wasn't. Something was missing. Something was off that where I was like, oh man, this is that just could be me.
I just realized why though.
So can you back me up on this? I need.
I want to hear Lou give his point first.
I just realized why. This match in season 4, season 5 would have been great, but I think we're so spoiled this season with how incredible our matches are.
He's not wrong.
That a match like this now kind of feels like okay, because we're
that's really on y'all.
Spoiled. I know, but no, that's
not
how,
us. That's not on them.
That's how good the season is so far, right? But again, you put this match in season 5, this would have been an awesome match. But I think our expectations are even higher now with the matches we're getting and the intensity.
And this has been.
I feel you
since Lon got in the league. It really has. So I guess with all that years of buildup, I don't know. I guess if honestly, if McQueenie had a better second round, I think we would have. You probably might have a better opinion of this match. Is that safe to say?
Yeah,
probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you want to say something?
And I'm gonna give Frenchie. I'm gonna throw Frenchie a bone. I do agree that that this isn't the McQueenie that we want, and that we haven't had that McQueenie for a really long time. And I feel like that's something I came to terms with because I drafted him last year, and I built my team around Roca, McQueenie, and Smets. It sounded really good on paper. Had a really bad year. And I'm not doing any better in our league. I'm doing better in a different league. But I've had a lot of minus ones. But anyways, McQueenie hasn't been the McQueenie that are like the older players see him as. And that's why I want to ask Shug a question.
Yes, sir.
You weren't really a full watcher during the McQueenie heyday. Were you? I don't think you were. If you would have came in a couple years ago or last year, that you wouldn't really know the McQueenie we know. So, did you have the same expectations of McQueenie as we do?
Well, we were talking off air. I went back and watched a lot of Schmoedown content, so I saw what McQueenie did as far as being on a team and how dominant he was. I had expectations because you hear about this statue of McQueenie and you're like, oh man, he was this champion, and all this stuff, and so I did have an expectation on him, but at the same time, like I've said, this is not the same Schmoedown 2 or 3 years ago. It's just not the same, and so it's a different league, and maybe it's just we don't know him personally. We know he left last year because he had some personal things going on, maybe jobs or whatever, and he decided to come back because we have the digital era, which fits his schedule, which is cool, but it's just a different game now. So you got there's some people that are committed, a Roca, Mark Riley, those the older gen, but it's just a different game, and so you have to adapt, and if you don't adapt, it's going to leave you behind. So I'm not saying it left McQueenie behind, but I don't know, can he get back to the? I mean, and we talked about it in the singles, he's actually not really good.
Yeah,
teams is where he flourished.
I've got his record up last year. It's been 3 years since he's had a singles win.
Yeah, but 3 years ago. But that's it. It's people like me.
And it was against
still
Bibbs.
see. Yeah, well, we still see that guy. It was in the winner of that got the belt, right? Wasn't that Bibbs? No, that was Bibbs and Draco. Never mind. Never mind.
We see McQueen,
but he was an amazing singles player. But now he hasn't been in 3 years.
It shows like what we saw today is McQueenie's one of those players he knows what he knows, right? He knows a lot, but he's not a studier. He's not the new gens, right? And he knows what he knows. And those kind of players are dying out, except for the few that adapted and kind of did a whole hybrid thing, like a Roca.
That's what Suge said. Yeah, and I completely agree with you. And Suge Knight is on. You look at Bibbs. Bibbs was that player for years. He was I know what I know, and I know a lot. But he wasn't going to study. He wasn't going to learn how to play the game. He was just going to try. I remember him always saying, I'm just going to score the most points, and that's how I'm going to win. He never looked at it strategically. Guess what? He does now. He studies now. He plays the game now. And he had to adapt. And that's why Bibbs is still Bibbs, and McQueenie is falling off. And I want McQueenie to kill it.
Now, before we end, because we're going on an hour, and I completely agree Shook's sentiment on the yawning, because I'm tired as well.
It's his damn COVID shot, man. Now I'm starting to feel it. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, so, hey, at least you never had COVID.
I think I did. On New Year's Eve. Yeah, I think I had it.
I had it.
I had it twice.
Shit.
Yeah, it sucked.
I had my second shot yesterday. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I just got mine today, Taco, my second one. So I'm like,
but the rollout in Canada sucks, but that's
before we go on, now that he has potential partners, singles may not, he doesn't study, he knows what he knows. Does he still have hopes in teams, or does the whole guy thing have a bitter taste in our mouths again? Like, is he matchable with someone else, and will he have success? Let's start with Shook.
I don't know. I don't know what you do with him right now, other than the fact that because you put Ethan Irwin, everyone thought it was going to be McQueenie and Ethan Irwin, and now you have Ethan Irwin, Liz Shannon Miller. So I don't know what you honestly do. To be honest with you, I really don't know.
Yeah,
I don't.
It kind of feels like Sam didn't really think out, right? Because he's not a singles player, but right now you're kind of positioning as your singles player. So, if you take the other good ones out of the picture, who else could you pair up with except for a rookie, right?
Janine's not on the Janine's on our stars.
Stacy is.
But I don't think Stacy's committed to the league. I don't know. I honestly think. I see Leo Logan saying Stacy, but I don't think Stacy's committed to the league like that. To be honest,
me neither. Okay, who else does Sam have? I've got it
right here. So he's got Paul Walter Hauser, who's playing his first match soon, if I'm not mistaken. Frankie Alvarez, Paige.
That guy. I forgot about Paul Walter Hauser. All right, keep going.
Paige and Doug Benson.
Okay, you know what? Alvarez was solid.
I think Alvarez is going to be with Ferretti. I don't think. I think
I can see that. Honestly, I don't see Drew doing it in a team this year. I don't see McWeeny being in.
They said they had a player for him. Didn't they say they had somebody to team
Yeah.
up? And they just
that's right. They did.
Say
When
having a plan.
Yeah,
At the
they
end of the
said
match,
that
yeah.
when she was talking to Jen.
Oh, no,
Yeah, when they were talking to Jen, he says, I have a player or I'm finding a player, and then she's like, Sam, are you gonna say who? And he's like, no, I'm not.
That's right.
Shook, your yawns are messing me up, man. Jeez.
I apologize.
I'm also drinking a 12%
I'm an old
beer.
man.
That's probably my fault.
I'm an old man. I'm an old man.
I was yawning at the beginning.
He's our special guest, and he's a Mount Rushmore of reactors. Leave the guy alone.
Yeah, right.
All right, so look, I respect you as a person, but I'm just saying, I was up till 5 a.m. and I'm drinking a beer now, so I should be.
Yeah,
but you also work nights.
Yeah.
Oh, you work
not anymore.
Shift.
That's good.
I used to. No. For the summer, I'm on straight days. We don't need to get into it, but I do rotating during the winter. I make sugar.
Oh, okay. Nice.
All right. So, unless do we have anything else to add to the match or to the week itself?
No. Well, what about? Yes, there is the cutscene from today about the new commissioner.
I'm confused. I'm really confused with what's happening.
Okay, so basically, yeah, actually, to be honest, me too.
Because the whole Shanju thing, he's like dropping out now, but he got Paulo Yama, so I'm not.
Paulo Yama played a trick on them, ratted them out to Winston, and I guess it sounds like it was a plan from all along for that to happen.
Which is odd because it makes sense for Paulo Yama to be on their side. So I'm wondering what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I don't know either, but all I know is now Jay Washington is the commissioner of the league, and all hell is gonna break loose.
Which I love Jay Washington, but is that the storyline we want? Because for me, I don't know. It's just it feels odd.
Whatever gets that promo machine back in the league, I'm for.
Oh yeah, no, obviously, but it's obviously going to tie into from Illuminati and everything. But is really Jay Washington the one pulling the strings? I don't think so. I think
no. I think he's a pawn.
But for who? And also
Grace. It's Grace.
No,
for Grace.
No, Grace and
he's
Washington.
Definitely a pawn.
Yeah, he's definitely a pawn, and I think he's working for Grace, who's working for the Schmoedown.
Which again, I find it odd. The other cutscene, guy entering Baby Carrot's house, and Baby Carrot's kind of, just laying there. Why Baby Carrot's? Why his house? I used to think Dan was nuts, but I'm starting to think Baby Carrot's is actually behind this shit.
Yeah, me too. Dude, I've been saying this since the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I never listened to you anyway, so.
No shit.
All right. Well, since Taco's gone, perfect. We're gonna end the show. Before we end the show, Shug, if people want to find you, where could they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Shug9323. You can also find me on TikTok right now. That's where I'm doing a lot of my Schmoedown content. Shug9323. Hit that follow. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers so I can start going live. And then also every Monday with Spin from the Real, I'm doing a show with them. And we just recap Schmoedowns, all the Schmoedown, what happened, everything that happened in the Schmoedown. And Tuesdays, I'm doing a show with Chris on stereo for the FCL.
Nice.
Taco, what about your weird art?
Hey, can you guys see me now?
Yeah.
I feel like I was gonna have to say my goodbyes in the comments. It's gonna have to read it out. It's funny because I've had 5 things to say, but every time I'm like, screw it. They're not gonna hear me. I'm glad it's working now. I'm glad
the
I did all these.
We actually heard you
notes.
We heard you almost the whole time. You just didn't think we heard you.
It's not encouraging to talk to frozen screens. I build on reactions, and you guys are like. All right. Well, it looks frozen again, so I'm just. It's my time to talk, I guess. So, So I'm not like these people. I don't have a YouTube or anything like that. I don't have a following. I'm just a regular dude who.
What the hell? Okay, go again.
That happened for everybody else.
I'm too tired for this shit.
Okay.
Oh.
Quickly plug it so we can get off before anything bad else happens.
Okay, so you can find him at his weird art on Twitter. He does ridiculous, awesome
All right,
things.
can you guys hear me? Like somebody
Yes!
say something in the
Yes,
private
we
chat
can hear
or
you.
something.
Oh, this is a shit show.
All right, Instagram. I do really weird art on Instagram. It's Mark Taco Face on Instagram. I paint really dark stuff with really bright colors, and there I got through it.
All right, Soda,
There
before
you
anything else happens.
Pretty much everything on this channel, and you can also find me over on Instagram and Twitter at soda underscore the underscore Saxman, and you can also find me over the Media Sweaties Network on several shows over there on Wednesdays. Record on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So definitely check me out over there.
All right, you can find me on, well, this channel, obviously. You can also find me on Speaking of Schmoedown, where I'm mostly in the background right now producing, but my man Jay Wade has an awesome show, basically sports radio, meets Schmoedown, and we argue a lot, so that's fun. And also, I have, hopefully, next week's, we push it back a week, but my man Rob, the Snark, on the comment, he has Snark's Midlife Crisis, where we are next week ranking a list of top heavy metal bands. And hopefully it works because my work's been crazy and working almost 60 hours a week right now. So hopefully I can do it this week. And might have other content coming to the show very soon. Might be Star Wars related. We will see soon. We're going to give you an update very soon, but I am really excited for what we're bringing you on this channel. And that's about it. So again, thank you very much for sticking with us. And we're really sorry for the what the fuckness of today's episode. Taco, I love you, but please start your own internet company and fix Fargo's internet, okay? Because it sucks. All right. So that being said, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
10-4.
Salut.